Amazingly, for the first time in this race that I've spent, I don't know how many hours covering, I finally got a chance to talk to you on camera. CSM Chris Stanmore-Major, how are you, brother?
Feeling pretty good, hey?
Yeah, look, you made it, and you seem to be having a great time out here. And I think to me, what's fascinating is that, from my standpoint, what I do for a living, which is write and produce content, you've turned into like the media guy. You've turned into like the author. This seems to be something. Obviously, you can sail a boat, but while these guys are all battling for the podium, you've turned into the literate one. Was that a surprise for you?
It was a little bit. The last race we did around the world, we had to write blogs, and it was something that I started to practice.
The Clipper race.
The Clipper race, exactly, yeah. But there was, the first two legs, I was a long way behind, learning, real steep learning curve, and I had the opportunity. And if you're doing badly, then the only thing you can do is invite people in and kind of tell them what you're up to. And it just became something that people were enjoying, so I kept doing it. And just getting people onto the boat, there's only really been four of us out there for most of it. And to invite people in a little bit and show them what we're doing, tell them what we're doing, it's been pretty special. I've enjoyed it.
And you really have seemed to you've gotten personal. One of my criticisms of the Volvo guys and some of the other sort of pro racers is that they very rarely will let you in. But you seem very quick to get personal with it and really tell people what your emotions are. Are you filtering much, or are you just telling people the way it is?
I think they're filtering a little bit, because obviously with this kind of stuff, what you end up experiencing is polar. You're at both ends of the scale. You can be high and low real quick, but you can give people a real good taste of what's going on. And I think the thing is, with something like this, a lot of people that want to come and do this kind of racing, you only see the sail changes and the finishes, the starts, that sort of stuff, but there's a whole other world that's out there, and you spend 30 odd days on your own, you get to thinking a little bit. So to invite people in and kind of show them what's going through your head, the highs, the lows, come along on the ride with me, and whatever position I end up coming in, I know I've still been successful in that way.
Yeah. What do you think that you'll try? I mean, this is obviously your first solo race, big solo race. So do you turn this into something more? Do you love it enough to try and make it a career, get into some of the big French races, or do you move on to something else?
Well, Brad and I are talking about doing the Transjacques Var, which is a nice kind of length of race, and the prep's not too long.
With them together on the Penguin?
Yeah, on the Penguin. Yeah, it's the boat's been set up phenomenally, and it's still in great condition now, so it's absolutely ready to go. There was some talk about doing the Vendée, which I was kind of interested in, but by the time, and I'm doing like 80,000 miles in 2 years, and I think it's just kind of time to go home, sit down, chill out, and get to know people again. And I can see why these races are spaced out in the way they are, because it's emotionally wearing to be involved in this sort of stuff. But I've developed a skill set doing this, and I don't want to throw that away. So
it's kind of mind blowing when you think of like the sort of the Desjoyeux and the Bilous that they do. They do the Barcelona, and then they do the Vendée, and they do the TJV, and they do the Route du Rhum, and they're almost non-stop with this stuff.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to imagine. I did a race around the world with a crew, which was quite stressful, because you're dealing with 18 people who at the beginning knew nothing about
punters.
Punters in a way, yeah. And then coming and doing it on your own, again, a kind of high stress level. But I think maybe once you get into the groove, you know what you're doing, you know your boat, you've got a really nicely worked out project, a lot of those stresses might disappear. And
when you have a $10 million a year budget or whatever, that helps too.
I was going to say that. It's, you can imagine, like, at the end of this is going to be really good. I get to the end of this and think, okay, we got a red boat and that's about it. But have a lot of fun along the way. That's the main thing.
Do you have any plans for your boat? I know you said you're headed off to the east after this.
Yeah, I'm back to Hong Kong, and I've got a big gap in my skills, because I went from tall ships and sail training. 3 years ago, I was in the Commodore's Cup as a masterman who knew nothing, and now I'm sailing around the world in Open 60. So you can see the gap.
Got to give hope to a lot of people, though, right?
Well, you find the opportunities, you make opportunities, and I've had some fantastic people around me that have made those opportunities work for me. The shore crew that I've worked with and my partner, and the thing that has just kind of like pushed it forwards, but there's still that gap, and that's a gap I need to fill. And I'm looking forward to going out racing in the morning, come back in the evening, stand in the bar and debrief, rather than go out racing in the morning and a month later get back and raise a cup about it.
That's great, man. That's great. So what about this final leg? You've got obviously Brad wins. You've got Gutek and
something bad happens.
What have you done? Have you pulled a Seacock or something?
Saying anything, but there's you cut here, you cut there, it's all good.
And and Gutek and Derek battling out. Do you think this opens up a chance for you to really get a good finish for this one?
Yeah, there is an opportunity. Mathematically, I can do it, but I need Brad between me and them to split them. The speed gate, we were talking about putting the speed gate in a more tactical position, and Brad was like, I'm not going to bother because he's got his points, he doesn't care. But the speed gate where it is, he will just go through it, because we just have to enter it below 38 north. So he's going to go through. So the main thing is, I know if I'm doing a good job, if I can get into that speed gate before Brad, and I need him behind me, and I need him behind me certainly going into Lancashire. That's a big ask because I haven't been in that position before, but the boat's in the best possible condition it's been in. We've got a lot of new branding going on because we've got time to relax and do that stuff. So I got some skills now. I got a boat that works, and we're ready to go. So why not?
You've also got, I mean, what could very well be the biggest crapshoot of all of them. And it gives you a chance to get some separation. Are you likely to pull a flyer if it smells that good to you?
I've pulled some flyers in the past, and they haven't worked out. Most notably, going out of Cape Town, I'd just like to say the computer was like, yes, go for it. But no, I think that it's definitely got to be staying on tight on that line. You know, Brad's positioning is always good. He's the one I'm interested in, so I'm just going to throw tactics out the window, follow Brad, and try and make sure he's in the rearview mirror.
All right. Well, Chris, we wish you the best of luck, and we hope you stay in touch with us after the race, man. It's been great to know you.
And you, man. Cheers.
All right. Cheers.